It's that time to fix the XMAXX, guys. XMAXX is gonna take beating. It's very durable. It's not like it's not durable. This XMAXX, this is I think the second time it only broke, and it took a hard hit. Last time I broke something in the back. I think it was a lower control arm. I'm not sure what it was. I broke something. Anyway, I forgot. I do have a video on it. Anyways, I took a really hard hit in the snow with the pedal tires. Hit a tree. So I broke this center hub carrier here. This is this part right here. So it does have left and right written on it. They're going to come two in a pack. And that's the part number right there. And this is a lower control arm. This is the... It says left, front, or rear, okay? So this will fit on the rear or the front. And there's the part number. You guys got that original Traxxas part. So we're going to replace this, and we're going to replace that. But we do need to remove a whole bunch of stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift this truck and first take off this body. And we're going to put this truck upside down. Okay, got the truck upside down. First thing first, we took off the wheel. Next, we're going to take off the screw for this okay, wrong size. You want to take out this little screw so we could pop out the shock and leave that alone. This comes off. Always save your screws, put them nicely and keep them organized. And then we should be able to get this little guy out of there somehow, some way. This thing has to come out. So we're going to push it from the other end. And this thing will start to stick out, and it will come out just like that. Put that somewhere safe, and your shock should come off. And next, you're gonna remove this little guy, and same thing. Once you remove this little guy, you're gonna pull out the shaft. Just push from the other end and it should start to come out. If you need to use something else, something skinnier, use that. So I'm gonna go get something skinnier. Okay, so this little Allen key right here is gonna help me out to push out these rods. So this come out, I'm gonna leave it just like that so I know where it belongs. We got that out. So the next step is we're gonna remove this little screw right here that's gonna open up this cup here. And put this somewhere safe. We should be able to pull out this kingpin here. Okay, there you go. So I'm gonna stick this back in there. I'm gonna leave it there just like that. And then we're gonna do the same thing down here. Two little kingpins. I'm surprised it's not all the way through. It can't be all the way through because the axle would hit. So this cup comes off. Same thing. This one you do need to get like a needle nose or plier because there's no hole for you to pull through from the other end. So let me get something. Even something like this will work, and you should be able to pull. This is longer. No, it's about the same length, and no, it's longer. And this guy comes out. So now what we're gonna do is we are done there, and we're gonna remove this little guy right here. Once you have this little screw out, you should be able to push out this little pin also. Just try to keep them organized so you don't lose track of what goes where. This one is a little tough, so let me use my plier here. There you go. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this little piece and we're gonna align everything and put this back in where it was at. So pretty much, if you notice, this was in that position. So let's just take this and stick it in. Because if you lose I mean, you can always find out what goes where, but try not to make it difficult that you have to go and not look for components where they belong. And at this moment, I'm gonna put this little screw back. So this part is pretty much done here. We got the new hub carrier there. This is the bearing. I believe this is a hub carrier because this holds the whole hub in place, unless I'm mistaken. But you guys got the part number. If you broke that piece, you know where to get it. Got this from Amazon. It was probably like $12. But anyways, that's done. And try to get your axle through it. I made a mistake there. Try to get your axle through it, but it goes through anyway. And I'm making all kinds of mistakes. Big mistake. Alright, so I'm looking at it. Why is it inward? Why is it backward? But I did not notice I have the truck upside down. So if I install this like that, it will become like that. Alright, so let's put our axle right through it. And we're going to put our shaft. Make sure it goes all the way. And we're going to get our little screw. I was confused for a moment. But it's okay. You're going to get confused. But I would suggest always fix your own RCs. I've been doing it. You always learn something new. Binding, ESC, motor fill, car don't go forward, truck don't go backward. You got throttle, but you don't have reverse. And you got forward, you don't got reverse. You got steering, but you don't have forward or reverse. Those are all common problems you're gonna come across if you're in the hobby. But anyway, that's done. So what we're gonna do is, the next is a big step. What we're gonna do is we're gonna dismantle everything up on the top here. And I am gonna try to bring the truck a little forward so you all can see. Alright, let's give it a shot. Maybe we can change this control arm without removing this whole assembly, but I doubt it. But let's see. This comes out because this is gonna hit. This guy is gonna hit, so it is definitely hitting. So what we're gonna do is let's just remove. Only got a few bolts up on the top. Okay, that didn't work, but there goes nothing. Sometimes you can maneuver things around. You see that? So I'm not even gonna go any further. So let's see. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's see if I can pull out the shaft now. Let's see if the beautiful little shaft comes right out. Bam. There you go. It's gonna be a little bit of struggle, but we got it out without going crazy. So this comes out. This comes out. In the back end, you have this little screw. Make sure you put that on the control arm. Okay, so I did put that little screw in there, and we're gonna slip on this control arm. It's gonna be tough for me to work with the one hand, but all we need to do here is get this pin in, and if this pin aligns, it should be a go. There you go. And from here on, we're gonna have to yank it in there. Okay, so let me push that in because I cannot hold the camera. I need my other hand. Once you have that all the way, here comes the little screw. This is what holds that pin in. Without this, that pin will just slowly slip its way out. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. One screw on the top, two screw on the top. We'll take our handheld tool instead of a drill, and I will tighten this up later because my tool here is not the best. It slips from the handle. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, next step, what we're gonna do is, don't worry about the shock yet. We can do that at the end. And what you're gonna do is make sure you put your axle in, and at the same time, you're gonna align the top here. Okay, so you're not gonna be able to see that, but you're gonna put the axle in. You're gonna put Okay, again, just be cautious with this piece. I flipped it again, and this is facing forward and outward. All right, so the next step is, don't worry about the axle yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the pin up in here, and that's the pin that we left behind over here. Okay, so it only goes one way. One side is closed, so you're only gonna be able to put this from one direction. And then you push it in. Make sure you get it all the way in. You're probably gonna have to play around with it. Just move it around and just push it. And don't forget your screw. All right, so let me grab my tool here. Put the screw in the front. It's gonna create thread, so just try to angle it as you don't want to angle it too far away from the pin, because the head of that screw does need to block off from the pin from slipping out. But anyway, this is in, and next step is a little critical, and you're gonna have to work with both hands, not like me with the camera in one. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna line the axle in there now, and we still haven't got the axle, I'm sorry, the shock in there yet. So make sure you line your axle there, and then at the same time you're gonna align these two guys. All right, so the small little pin goes on, which one is it? Yeah, the bottom one's more, the other one, the top one, if the truck was straight, is more deeper. So this goes in here. You're gonna tap. All right, notice this one's not gonna go all the way in, because we have this little cup here that works in that position, and oh, there it goes on the floor. A lot of people might be asking, what the heck is that? That works great in the rain, snows, dirt. The truck doesn't get filled up with a lot of stuff. That's just a cutout of a piece of plastic bottle, and I shaped it in a certain angle so it sits right. So I got that in. What we're gonna do is we're gonna straighten up the truck and finish up the rest. Okay, so I did tighten, everything's pretty much tight. So all we have to do is align this shock, but before the shock, we got a few things that we need to put in. This piece right here is gonna go right here. Again, this one's not gonna go all the way in as well, because again, we have a cup here. These cups work beautiful compared to these right here. And sure, I might drop this one unless I get lucky. So XMAXX is pretty much fixed. And the last thing we're gonna do is you're gonna pick up this shock and you're gonna align everything there. You're gonna have to just work some magic there with both of your hands. And it's not sitting correctly yet. There you go. Once it sits correctly, you take this little pin, you stick it in, same thing, tap. It might not go all the way, so you might have to move it around a little bit. Tap, let me get that in, then I'll show you. Once you have that, bada bing, bada boom, XMAXX is back to life, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Double check all your work, and I would always recommend fix your own RC. Okay, thank you for watching again. All right, I got great videos coming out this summer. It's been nasty weather, a lot of snow, so I've been trying to do a lot of snow videos, but my XMAXX took a little big hit. So thank you for watching again, and stay tuned for a lot of my other videos. I got crazy stuff coming out this summer.